Gonna start things off with your Davidson Sons USA B Modified Heat Race number 1. Starting on the pole is going to be the number 32 machine of Kelly Chick Hicks out of Pea Ridge, Arkansas. On Kelly's outside, going to be the number 22 of Andy Oss. Coming all the way from Bentonville, Arkansas. Inside row number 2 is going to be the number 66 machine of Ryan Gilmore from Springfield, Missouri. On his outside, Mr. Philip Jackson in the 216, driving all the way from Marshfield, Missouri. Starting inside row number 3, had some help from flagman Chip Abramovitz earlier in the day. I've been pronouncing this guy's name wrong for 8 years. Matthew, and then I just pronounced his first name wrong. That's a really good job, Josh. Matthew Maness in the 9M out of Republic, Missouri. And on his outside, going to be Hoyt Miller in the number 56. Getting to Kelly Hicks, Andy Oss to row number 1, Ryan Gilmore, Philip Jackson. Row number 2, Matthew Maness and Hoyt Miller in the rear there. Just got some water down on the track. We're going to go ahead and get that worked in. Again, big thank you to some of our flag sponsors. We got Ozark Fiber sponsoring our restart zone. Ozark Fiber, local broadband, delivering a global connectivity at the speed of light. Sponsoring our green flag this year's Freedom Bank. Freedom Bank, banking on freedom for generations to come. Joplin Lock and Key sponsors our caution flags here. With over 20 years of locksmith experience, Joplin Lock and Key offers automotive, commercial, and residential locksmith services. And again, all of our hot laps and heat races sponsored by J&M Pallet Company, Southwest Missouri's leader in pallets. Looks like we're getting them bunched up. We're ready to go. Kelly Chick Hicks brings them around 3 and 4. Looking for that Ozark Fiber restart zone. And we're racing at Monett Motor Speedway. Three wide right off the bat. Watch out. You knew it was coming. Ryan Gilmore out front. Andy Oss right behind him in the number 22 machine as they make their way into turn 3 and 4. Ryan Gilmore gonna lead lap number 1 here. Ryan Gilmore out front by 7/10 of a second already over the number 22 machine of Andy Oss. Kelly Chick Hicks and Matthew Maness rounding out your top 3, 4. Maness jumping around Kelly Chick Hicks when I was looking down. Ryan Gilmore, Andy Oss, and Matthew Maness, your top 3. Andy Oss 1.767 seconds behind. Gilmore running at 18.291 that last time by. That's faster than anybody by a whole second. Andy Oss running a 19.306 that last time by. Oss gets a little faster here on lap number 3, running a 19.225. Gilmore still running a 18.439 here. Coming at halfway in your Davidson Sons USA B Modified Heat Race number 1. Ryan Gilmore still your leader out front. Got a 3.5 second lead over the 22 of Andy Oss. Matthew Maness catching up to Oss here just past your halfway mark. Maness with a good run down the backstretch, looking at the bottom side of Oss as they come through 3 and 4. Tucks her right back in behind. Gilmore extending that lead out another second, 4.403 seconds ahead of Andy Oss. Maness shows him his nose. They're side by side as they go through 3 and 4. He backs off just a little bit. Andy Oss on the top side in that black and pink, I guess it's orange, black and orange machine. Matthew Maness on the bottom and the white and black number 9M. Hoyt Miller creeping up to that 4th spot. Kelly Chick Hicks rounding out your top 5. Three-way battle for that number 2 spot. Meanwhile, out front, your leader taking the white flag here at 6.6 of Ryan Gilmore. Had a 6.5 second lead last time. Extends it out now over the number 22 by a distance of 7.109 seconds over the 22. Maines one more last-ditch effort, try to get around him. Meanwhile, out front, 66 Ryan Gilmore, old familiar, taking the win there. Nose to nose at the flag stand. It was Andy Oss, number 22 machine, taking that second spot. Ryan Gilmore in that 66 machine taking the win there. 8.245, the distance of victory over the number 22 of Andy Ost. Ost finishing in that second spot. Matthew Manus in third in that 9M. Hoyt Miller and Kelly Chickhicks rounding out your top five. Your Davis & Sons USRA B Modified Heat Race number 2 making their way onto the track now, starting on the pole. National points leader, also your points leader here for your Davis & Sons USRA B Modified at Monett Motor Speedway, the 00 of Kaysen Harris. Kaysen coming from Bella Vista, Arkansas. On his outside, Frank Washevitz in the 37W. Inside row number 2 is going to be Patrick Lewis in the 24L coming from Wellsville, Missouri. On his outside, the number 45 of Dan Culp. And starting in the rear there, the number 52 out of Miami, Oklahoma, going to be Brett Testerman. So Kaysen Harris, Frank Washevitz, row number 1, Patrick Lewis and Dan Culp, row number 2, Brett Testerman in that number 52 machine in the rear. 8 laps the distance here in your Davis & Sons USRA B Modified Heat Race number 2. Kaysen Harris looking for that Ozark Fiber restart zone as he makes his way around 3 and 4, hits that skinny pedal. We're green flag racing. Kaysen Harris, your leader, heading down the backstretch. Number 37 of Resevitz in that second spot. Dan Culp settling in third here. Culp going to look to the inside, trying to take that second spot away. Kaysen Harris going to lead lap number 1. Frank Washevitz holds on to that second spot for now. Dan Culp then get together with the 37 of Frank Washevitz. That will bring out the first Joplin lock and key caution here. Able to get one lap in the books here on our Davis & Sons USRA B Modified Heat Race number 2 before the Joplin lock and key caution flag comes out. Kaysen Harris still your leader. Caution coming out for Dan Culp and Frank Washevitz getting together there, coming out of turn number 2. That'll move the 24L of Patrick Lewis up to that second spot. Brett Testerman will be on his inside. Patrick Lewis electing to go to that top side. Lights are out. We're ready to get it on here again in your Davis & Sons USRA B Modified Heat Race number 2. Flagman Chip Abramovitz excited for the race as well. Lights are out. Kaysen Harris brings him around 3 and 4, looking for that Freedom Bank green flag. Another good start for Kaysen Harris. Watch out. Patrick Lewis on that top side. He'll lose the spot to Dan Culp. Culp able to get back up to that third spot. Kaysen Harris coming around lead lap number 2 here. Dan Culp in that second spot. Brett Testerman holding on to third. Patrick Lewis looking at that top side. Kaysen Harris out front by 0.7 of a second over the 45 machine. Culp running just a little bit loose tonight. Kaysen Harris in that 00 machine out front by 0.5 second. Dan Culp right there in his tire tracks. Going to be halfway through your Davidson Sons USRAB Modified Heat Race number 2. Case and Harris extended that lead out just a little bit. Looked like Culp was catching up. A little slip of the tongue. And he's half a straightaway back. Translates to 1.352 seconds behind that 00. Able to narrow the gap there on lap number 5. Just 1 second separates your leader in that second place. Dan Culp starting to get away from that second bunch. Again, Brett Testament in that third spot. Frank Washevitz and Patrick Lewis rounding out the field here. 2 to go in your Davidson Sons USRAB Modified Heat Race number 2. Flagman Chip Abramovich grips that white flag. He's ready to show it to that 00 of Case and Harris out front by 1.11 over Dan Culp. There it is in the air. 00 of Case and Harris one more time around for your national points leader. Running his fastest lap that last time by 18.565 in that 00 machine. Checkered flag coming out for your winner, the 00 of Case and Harris. Taking home the win, 45, and Dan Culp coming in that second spot. Brett Testerman in the 52 earns a third spot. Frank Washevitz and Patrick Lewis rounding out your field. These guys can't stop racing. They're still going. National points leader Case and Harris taking the win there in that one, 00 machine. Again, running his fastest lap. Dan Culp and him both running a 18.530. Exact same time on that last lap, 18.530. Case and Harris taking the win over Dan Culp by 1.227 seconds over the 45 machine. All right. Time for your Bombers Heat Race number 1. Going to be starting on the pole, driving the 82X machine. It's going to be Evan Clark out of Pineville, Missouri. On his outside is going to be Brandon Bishop in the 3J coming all the way from Republic. Again, Tyler Dawson purchasing this car at 2:30 this afternoon. Drives it straight to Monett Motor Speedway. He's coming all the way from Republic, Missouri in that number 45 Cavalier. On his outside, Josh Sharpley, also a substitute driver there in the number 85. Normally, Sean Seward in that 85 machine. So Evan Clark and Brandon and Bishop, row number 1. Tyler Dawson, Josh Sharpley, row number 2. Lights are out. We're ready to get it on. Green flag, here we go. 3 wide right off the bat here. Looks like the 3J machine are going to take the initial lead. That's Brandon Bishop in that black and gold. And number 3. Tyler Dawson trying to reel him in here. He may have a pot of gold there. Coming around to lead lap number 1 is going to be Brandon Bishop in that 3J machine. Tyler Dawson half a second behind him. 85 of Josh Sharpley. In third, maybe problems on the 82X machine of Evan Clark. See, pedals it around turns 1 and 2. Meanwhile, coming to 3 and 4, Brandon Bishop in that 3J machine had a 0.52 second lead last time by. Tyler Dawson narrows it to a 0.44. Josh Sharpley another 4.6 seconds back. Tyler Dawson really starting to narrow that gap as they head through 3 and 4. Bishop out front here. 3 laps in the books for the 3J machine. Tyler Dawson looking at that bottom side. He's got good traction. Maybe problems on the 3J machine to Brandon Bishop. He's slow down the backstretch. Your new leader, the 45 of Tyler Dawson, heading into 3 and 4. Tyler Dawson, your new leader here. Brandon Bishop in that 3J. 5.6 seconds behind. Josh Sharpley catching up to him here as they go make their way around 1 and 2. Sharpley passes him on the bottom side. White flag out for your leader, number 45 of Tyler Dawson. Sharpley gets a little overzealous. It's a drag race? Question mark. Sharpley with that second spot. Brandon Bishop gathers her back up. He's in that third spot. Meanwhile, coming off of turn number 4, your winner, the number 45 of Tyler Dawson. Whoa, Josh Sharpley getting crazy. Can he hold that second spot? He was trying to sling it in there. You can't do that with that, dude. He holds on for that second spot. Congratulations. He's normally our photographer out there giving it his best shot at racing. Tyler Dawson in the 45, your winner. Josh Sharpley in the 85 coming in second, and Brandon Bishop rounding out the field there. All right, heat race number 2. Fixing to come onto the track? Question mark. Gonna put a little more water down low. Stop it, stop it. Got new microphones this week. We're gonna see if that'll help the problem. Got a new problem now. Again, if you haven't already, go down and visit my friends. We got all the food trucks down there. We got Philly D's with quality cheesesteaks. My friends with the Wildcat ice cream right outside the gate there. We got Miss Amanda Faulkner with Fairy Tale Creations. She does an awesome job down there. She's got her cups. She's got earrings. She's got pins. All kinds of creations. And last but not least, we got Fresh Squeeze Lemonade from Lemmy Boba. I hope I'm saying that right. That's what's in my head all the time. Lemmy Boba. All right, Bomber heat race number 2 making their way onto the track now. Going to be starting on the pole.
I need you to roll the bottom side of the Speedway. Roll the bottom side of the Speedway. We just put some moisture down there. Let's roll the bottom side of the Speedway. 6 laps. 6 laps.
Well, maybe I should use this time to mention some of my sponsors. And the first sponsor I want to mention is Mr. Show Me Dirt. My man Tombo promotes everything dirt, and he does it at a really high level with his pride and joy. Show Me Dirt. Show Me Dirt. Let me start over. I'm sorry, Tombo. I ruined your ad. Show Me Dirt is your go-to source for Southwest Missouri's exhilarating dirt track racing scene. Join them on one of their many social media outlets. I follow them on everything I can.
Stay on the bottom, drivers. Stay on the bottom.
Don't want to miss that racing action. No matter where he goes, he's all over the place. Lebanon, Midway, Nevada, Hillbilly Speedway, Twister Alley, and of course, Monett Motor Speedway. Be sure to subscribe for thrilling racing action. And if you want to access our feature races videos early, and you want to support Mr. Show Me Dirt, become a member by following the link pinned at the top of his Facebook page. We usually broadcast the heat races on Facebook like we're doing now, and then you can catch the replays on YouTube.
All right, once the water truck goes past you, I need you guys to roll the high side now. Roll the high side.
All right.
High side of the Speedway. High side of the Speedway.
We also got a new track photographer this year, and by no means is he new to racing photography. We have Mr. Daryl Powers jumping on board with us for the 2024 racing season here at the Grand Old Lady. I've been using all his pictures for all of the posters you see promoting the racetrack this year. I've been having a lot of fun doing that. I hope you all share and like all those. All right, lights look to be out. Starting on the poles, it's going to be the 00 of Paul Colvin out of Tontitown, Arkansas. On his outside is going to be the number 29 of Daryl Riddick out of Aurora, Missouri. Inside row number 2 is going to be Michael Gillis, the number 33 machine out of Clever. On his outside, James DeWitt, current points leader out of Pineville. And starting in the rear, Mr. Zachary Riddick in the 32. We are Green Flag Racing here, 00. Paul Colvin with your lead off the initial. We are all over the place. James DeWitt way high. Colvin, your initial leader, as he makes his way down the backstretch. 29 of Daryl Riddick in his tracks. 33 of Michael Gillis in that third spot. Double zero of Paul Colvin. Normally runs a Hornet class. Out front here. And your Bomber Heat Race number 2, Daryl Riddick in that second spot. Third place, Michael Gillis slid way high in that moisture. Watch out, he's got the 930 of James DeWitt all over his back bumper. Now to his inside, going to try to take that third spot away. Slides it right in there. Paul Colvin still out front, running a 21.663 that last time by. Daryl Riddick in that second spot. And a side-by-side battle between the 930 and James Gillis. 930 and James DeWitt on that bottom side. 33 of Michael Gillis on the top side. DeWitt able to get around him. He'll assume that third position now. Paul Colvin still your leader at the halfway mark. Daryl Riddick just 2.272 seconds behind in that number 29 purple and white machine. James DeWitt in that third spot gets a little high. 33 of Michael Gillis gets under him. That's a good battle for that third spot. Thought there was going to be a little bump there, but there's not. Paul Colvin takes the white flag out front of your Bomber Heat Race number 2 here. Daryl Riddick right goes to his inside. Problems on the double zero machine. He'll have to pull off. Daryl Riddick, your new leader. 930 of James DeWitt way high. He's going to pull off as well. Then it was just 2. 29 of Daryl Riddick going to take the win here. And your Bomber Heat Race number 2. Michael Gillis taking home that second spot. And that was it. Just the two. Just the two finishing that one up. All right, Pure Stock's making the way onto the track now.
Pure stock drivers. Thanks for coming out tonight, gentlemen.
Got 2 heat races here in our Pure Stock. Starting out front of your first heat race in your Pure Stocks here, coming all the way from Monett, Missouri, the number 72 of Brad Ost. Substitute driving that number 72. On his outside, the number 64 out of Aurora, Missouri. It's going to be Brandon Sanders. Inside row number 2. It's been a minute since he's been here. He's still hanging on to 3rd or 4th in points there. It's going to be Landon McLaughlin, number 17 out of Aurora, Missouri. And on his outside in a brand new machine, going to be that 34 of Sean Coates, flag carrier for us tonight. Starting in the rear, they're going to be the 05 of Mr. Grayson McKinney, coming from Springfield, Missouri. Austin Sanders, row number 1, McLaughlin Coates. Row number 2, McKinney right there in the rear.
72 and 64, second base in turn 4. All with a nice even start, drivers. Nice even start.
Lights are out. We're ready to get it on.
Eight laps is your heat race distance, drivers. 8 laps. Nice even start out of the front row. Nice even start out of the front row.
All right. It's been about 20 years since Brad Ost has been in a Pure Stock. We'll see what he can do here as he's ready to get this thing started. Green flag, here we go. Ost moves up to that top side, protecting that top line. Going to be slick on the bottom there. He holds on to the lead going down the backstretch. McLaughlin in that second spot. Grayson McKinney already up to 3rd. Going around the lead, lap number 1 is going to be the 72 of Brad Ost. Watch out, Landon McLaughlin on that top side, going to try to take the lead here. Brad Ost out front, that number 72 machine. McLaughlin looking at the top side. Grayson McKinney right behind him. Who's going to lead lap number 2 here? It's going to be the number 17 machine of Landon McLaughlin. Grayson McKinney going to try to follow him on that top side. Brad Oss falling back to third. Coates next in line there, and the number 34 machine going to go on that top side. Landon McLaughlin out front of your pure stock heat race number 1, 0.2 seconds the distance between them. Good, a battle for the lead here. McLaughlin on the top side, McKinney on the bottom. They're nose and nose. McLaughlin going to lead another lap here. Landon running his fastest lap so far with a 20.755. Still neck and neck, door to door. Getting just past your halfway point. Grayson McKinney trying to take the lead here. Coming off the bottom side. They're still nose and nose. McLaughlin scored in that number 1 spot still. Grayson McKinney on the bottom side doing all he can to clear him. Sean Coates got the best seat of the house. He's right behind him waiting for a pass to happen. Again coming through 3 and 4. Grayson McKinney with the advantage on the bottom side. Grayson McKinney, your leader, but just by a hair. 0.02 of a second between Landon McLaughlin and Grayson McKinney. Still neck and neck. Sean Coates going to be up in this battle here as the white flag comes out on this one. White flag for your leader, Grayson McKinney. Brandon Sanders dropping out. We're still side by side. Sean Coates going to try to get entered in this one here. Grayson McKinney on the bottom side in that 05 machine. Landon McLaughlin on the top side, ladies and gentlemen. Who's going to win it as they come to the flag stand? McLaughlin on the top side. Nose and nose. Landon McLaughlin scored as your winner. Landon McLaughlin scored as your winner on that one. Then in the number 17 machine, Grayson McKinney just 0.04 of a second between Landon McLaughlin and Grayson McKinney. An exciting one here in your Pure Stock Heat race. Number 1, Sean Coates, 0.6 of a second behind those guys. What a race from our Pure Stocks Heat race. Number 1, Brad Ost finishing that 4th spot. Brandon Sanders pulling off there with 1 lap to go. My goodness, what a race on that one. Heat race number 2 getting ready to make their way onto the track now. Starting on the pole, your current points are the number 69 of Dylan Bowman out of Purdy, Missouri. On his outside, the man chasing him with 9 wins so far this year. Dale Sinners out of Cassville, Missouri, in the number 25 blue machine there. Inside row number 2 is going to be the 00 of James Adams. On his outside, the 134 of Mr. Lenny Coates out of Joplin, Missouri. Bowman and Sinners, row number 1, Adams and Lenny Coates, row number 2. We'll see if this one has just as much excitement as your Pure Stock Heat race number 1. Lights are out, ready to get it on. After your Pure Stock's going to be your Midwest Modifieds. Dylan Bowman hits that Ozark Fiber restart zone. We are Green Flag Racing. Thank you to Freedom Bank, sponsoring our green flag this year. Dell Sinners up top. Dylan Bowman on the bottom side. Another side-by-side race. Dell Sinners looks to clear him as they make their way down the backstretch here. 00 James Adams moves up to that 3rd spot. Lenny Coates in 4th. Dale Sinners, your leader here on lap number 1. Dylan Bowman in that 2nd spot, 0.4 of a second behind in that number 69 machine. James Adams in the 00. Dale Sinners running a fast lap of 20.365 that last time by. 1.114, the distance between him and the 69 of Bowman. Side-by-side action with James Adams and Lenny Coates. That battle is for third. Lenny Coates in the 134 scored as your leader there. Dale centers out front. Dylan Bowman in that second spot. Lenny Coates starting to catch up to that 69 machine as they make their way down the backstretch. Just 0.8 of a second separate your second and third drivers. Just past your halfway point. Dale centers out front of this whole deal. 3.225 seconds over the 69 of Dylan Bowman. Coming to 2 to go this time by. Flagman Chip Abramovitz acknowledges him, grabs that white flag, ready to get it on this next time by. White flag out for your leader, number 25 of Dale centers. Dylan Bowman holding on to that second spot. Lenny Coates in the 134 wants to take it away from him. Just half a second between the 134 and the 69 machine. Really narrowed that gap there between 1 and 2. Coming around turns 3 and 4. The number 25 of Dale Centers taking home the win. '69 of Dylan Bowman coming in that second spot. Dale Centers taking the win there by 4.764 seconds over the 69 of Dylan Bowman. Lenny Coates coming in that third spot in that 134 machine, and James Adams rounding out your field. Lenny Coates running his fastest lap that last time by 20.444. All right, time for your Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified Heat Race number 1. Got 3 heats tonight in your Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified. Starting on the pole here for heat race number 1 is going to be the O2 machine out of Sarcoxy, Missouri, Eli Ellis. Hitting the O2 on us outside, coming all the way from Joplin, the 929 of Garrett Thompson. Inside row number 2, the 668 machine out of Highlandville, Missouri. It's going to be Hunter Stutzman. On his outside, the number 6 coming all the way from 11 in Missouri, Mr. Corey Henson. And starting on the rear, trying to make it 2 in a row here in your Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modifieds. Coming from Independence, Missouri, the 5D of Dustin Dennison. And starting on his outside, the number 64 of Pete Richardson coming all the way from Springfield, Missouri. So Ellis and Thompson are row number 1, Stutzman. And Henson are row number 2, Dennison Richardson. Row number 3. Put a little moisture on that top side once again. Trying to create the best racing we can here. All right, going to get all safety equipment and water trucks off the track here, rather. We're ready to get it on here in your Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modifieds. Eli Ellis in the O2 machine, Garrett Thompson in the 929. 929, Garrett Thompson, and 02 of Eli Ellis. Hit that Ozark 5-hour restart zone. We are green flag racing gear. Everybody spreads out. The 929 of Garrett Thompson, your leader. We're 3 wide for the lead coming off of turn number 2. Watch out, we got the 668 of Hunter Stutzman. Hunter on that bottom side of the 929 right there out his back door. Garrett Thompson out front of your Napa Auto Parts Midwest Modified Heat Race number 1. Thompson out front in that 929. Hunter Stutzman in that second spot. Two-tenths of a second between the 668 of Hunter Stutzman and the 929 of Garrett Thompson. Dustin Dennison making his way up to that third spot. He's going to dive her down to try to take that second spot away from Stutzman as they make their way here on lap number 2. Working lap number 3 here now in your Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modifieds. Here on Show Me Dirt, 929 of Garrett Thompson, running his fastest lap that last time by, 19.270. Hunter Stutzman moves back to that third spot. Dustin Dennison going to take that second spot away. Again, Dennison trying to make it 2 in a row here in your Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified. He'll to try to reel in your 929. Garrett Thompson as he makes his way. We're just past our halfway point. 5 out of 8 in the books here. Garrett Thompson, your leader. Dustin Dennison in that second spot. Hunter Stutzman in third. Pete Richardson and Eli Ellis, rounding out your top 5. Corey Henson making his way around down the backstretch here. Garrett Thompson out front of this thing, 1.283 seconds. Making his way through 3 and 4. Flagman Chip Avramowitz waves the white flag. One more time around for the 929 of Garrett Thompson. Thompson's lead shrinks to a 1.228 now. Dustin Dennison pulling Hunter Stutzman around. Actually, all 4 of your top 4 starting to get together. That could be interesting in your feature, but it's going to be the 929 of Garrett Thompson taking home the win in your Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified Heat Race number 1. Dustin Dennison coming in second there, 1.121. I made all those numbers up, sorry. 1.120. I wasn't very far off. 929 of Garrett Thompson taking home the win. Dustin Dennison in the 5D taking home second, and Hunter Stutzman in the 668 rounding out your top 3. Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified Heat Race number 2 making their way onto the track now. Starting on the pole for this one's a Springfield, Missouri's Dean Bell in the number 30 B machine on his outside. It's going to be Robert Bell in the number 30 as well. Inside row number 2 is going to be Kyle Thompson in the 292 coming all the way from Joplin, Missouri on his outside. Mr. John Dame out of Fairgrove, Missouri in the number 27, and starting in the rear there, number 12X rather, out of Marionville, Missouri. It's going to be Darren Burt. So Dean Bell, Robert Bell starting on the front row there. Kyle Thompson, John Dame right behind him, and Darren Burt picking up the rear. Dean Bell brings him around, hits that Ozark Fiber restart zone. Green flag racing here. The Bell send her off into 1 and 2. We got a little crossover action right before Dean Bell. 3 wide down the backstretch. Robert Bell takes the rear exit. Just 2 wide for the lead down the front stretch. Kyle Thompson in that 292 out front of this one. 30B of Dean Bell in that second spot. John Day makes his way up in the number 27. He is in that third spot. John Dame gets shut down, looking to go way high, trying to get around Dean Bell on that top side. Kyle Thompson led a 292. They were side by side as we make our way back there. Going to be a pair of Thompsons taking the wins here if we stay just like we are now. Robert Bell moves back to that second spot rather. Dean Bell in that third spot. John Dame moving up, getting around Darren Burt. A lot of movement from third, fourth, and fifth there. Kyle Thompson out front by 2 whole seconds, running at 18.995 that last time by over Robert Bell. Robert Bell 2.437 seconds behind in that number 30 machine. Another second back to the Dean Bell. Kyle Thompson, your leader here, 5 in the books, 3 to go here in your Napa Auto Parts Midwest Modified Heat Race number 2. Kyle Thompson awfully dominant in this one. Robert Bell breaking away from the rest. He was 2.981 seconds behind that last time by. Falls back another half a second. And something let go in that 30 machine. That is unfortunate. He was running second with white flag. 292. Kyle Thompson out front of this thing. Dean Bell taking over that second spot. A whole straightaway distance between the 292 of Kyle Thompson and Dean Bell. Meanwhile, out front taking the checkered flag. Couple of brothers winning one after another. All right. One brother won, so the other one had to also. The 292 of Kyle Thompson taking home the win there in your Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified Heat Race number 2. Dean Bell finishing in that second spot. John Dame rounding out your top 3. Darren Burt in that 4th spot. And unfortunately, something let go in that 30 machine of Robert Bell. All right, time for heat race number 3. Starting on the pole is going to be Tommy Steele out of Brookline, Missouri, in the number 42 machine. On his outside, the 507 of Doug Testerman coming all the way from Quapaw, Oklahoma. Inside row number 2, Michael Gillis, the number 33 out of Clever, Missouri, on his outside. Current points leader, number 33M of Steve Muhlenberg. And starting in the rear there, multiple time winner here this year, Steve Muhlenberg. Sundance Keeper in the 6 and 7/8 starting in the rear. All right, 8 laps the distance here in your Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified. Last heat race of your Midwest Modifieds right now. 42 of Tommy Steele out front of this thing. Got a good start. Sundance Keeper coming from the rear. He's all the way up to that second spot on the bottom side of the 33 of Steve Muhlenberg. Muhlenberg up to that second spot. Meanwhile, leading out front, the number 42 of Tommy Steele. Sundance Keeper scored in that second spot. Steve Muhlenberg in third. Got a good run off the middle of the top side. They are door to door going into 3 and 4. Sundance Keeper slides her up. Muhlenberg now on the bottom side of the 6 and 7/8 machine. Tommy still out front, running a 19.208. 9/10 of a second the distance between him and second. Three laps in the books here at our Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified. Sundance Keeper running his fastest lap so far with a 19.256. That might be the fastest lap in this race so far. Tommy still out front by 0.8 of a second. Keeper narrows that gap to half a second that last time by. We are just past your halfway point in your Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified Heat Race number 3. Sundance Keeper starting to work that top side, middle top side. Working the middle top side in 3 and 4. Working the bottom through 1 and 2. 42 of Tommy Steele out front by 0.7 of a second here. Just half a second to lead over the 6 and 7/8 machine there. Keeper waiting for the perfect moment to pounce here as he's looking at the bottom side. It's now or never. White flag out for the 42 machine of Tommy Steele. Keeper's going to give it what he's got here on working that bottom side. They make their way down the backstretch. Just 0.3 of a second was the separation between the two the last time. Tommy Steele going to hold on to this one here in your Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified Heat Race number 3. Sundance Keeper coming in a half a second behind him. Steve Muhlenberg, Michael Gillis, and Doug Testerman rounding out the field there. Tommy Steele taking the win there over the 6 and 7/8 of Sundance Keeper. Steve Muhlenberg coming in that 3rd spot. Michael Gillis in 4th, and Doug Testerman rounding out your field there. Tommy Steele half a second the distance between him and Sundance Keeper in that 6 and 7/8 machine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for some A-Mod action here at Monett Motor Speedway. Got 2 heat races here. Tracy Cottrell in the 18 machine out of Buffalo, Missouri. Going to start on the pole on his outside. Tyler Grooms in the number 92 from Trenton, Missouri. Inside row number 2 is going to be Jarrett Dotson with a 24/7 machine from Baxter Springs, Kansas on his outside. Current points leader number 73 of Mickey Burrell. Weston Holman's going to start his 34 machine inside row number 3 on his outside. The number 87 machine of Dwayne Hobbs coming from Buffalo. And starting in the rear there, going to be Danny Miller in the 55M. Looking for that Ozark 5 restart zone. Green flag, here we go. Again, green flag being brought to you by Freedom, baby. 92, Tyler Grooms, your leader heading in down the back stretch. Watch out, Mickey Burrell already up to that 2nd spot as he looks to get around Tracy Cottrell. Jared Dotson gets a little wild on that high side through 3 and 4. Top 3 start to break away. It's going to be Tyler Grooms, Mickey Burrell, and Tracy Cottrell. Grooms, your fastest machine that last time by run 18.727. Grooms looking good out front, extending his lead out to 0.7 of a second, running at 18.642. Mickey Burrell running his fastest lap that last time by 18.764. 3rd place Cottrell falls back just a little bit. Weston Holman able to get around him. Jared Dawson looked to the bottom side. He got around Tracy Cottrell as well. Cottrell falling back to that 5th spot. Meanwhile, out front, the 73, Mickey Burrell and Tyler Grooms battling it out for that number 1 spot. Just 0.4 of a second between the 73 and the 92 machine. Burrell working that bottom side as he makes his way down the backstretch. Dives it in deep here. Tyler Grooms on that mid top side. Half a second between a 1 and 2 car. Weston Holman doing his best to get up in that battle here as we work lap number 5 coming into turns 3 and 4. Tyler Groom's out front of this thing. 2 laps to go here. Mickey Burrell working that bottom side. May come in handy later in the feature. Right now he's settling in there at second. White flag coming out for your leader, the 92 of Tyler Groom. Groom's out front by 0.4 of a second. Mickey's not going to listen to my words. He's going to try to let it all hang out here as he makes his way through 3 and 4. He'll hold on to that same line. Going to be Tyler Grooms in that 92 taking home the win. Mickey Burrell coming in second, 0.4 of a second behind. Weston Holman coming in third, Jared Dotson and Tracy Cottrell rounding out your top 5. Tyler Groom's out front of this thing, 0.4 of a second, the margin of victory over the 73 of Mickey Burrell. Weston Holman coming in that third spot, Jared Dotson and Tracy Cottrell rounding out your top 5 there in a USRA A-Modified Heat Race number 1. All right, starting your USRA A-Modified Heat Race number 2 on the pole, the 00. Out of Billings, Missouri, is going to be Jesse Stovall. On his outside, Mr. Greg Scheffler in that 21 machine coming all the way from Pittsburgh, Missouri. Inside row number 2 out of Adair, Oklahoma, is going to be the number 55 machine of Nathan Hager. On his outside, the 03 of Jason Civil out of Bolivar, Missouri. Inside row number 3, Mr. Scott Kelly in the 47, coming all the way from Gravette, Arkansas. And on his outside, Troy Martin in that 9-star from Wagoneer, Oklahoma. And starting in the rear there, the number 98 of Kitten Allen, all the way from Chanute, Kansas. Stovall brings him around, hits that loud pedal. Here we go. Stovall ships it into 1 and 2. Already got about a 4-car lead. Nathan Hager on the bottom side of Scheffler as they make their way down the backstretch. Hager holding on to that second spot now. Jesse Stovall going to come around, lead lap number 1. Watch out. Scott Kelly in number 47 machine spinning there in turn number 3 and 4. Joplin lock and key caution flag coming out here. Lights are out. We're ready to get it on. Scott Kelly getting shipped to the back there. Stovall, Scheffler, row number 1. Hager and Kitten Allen, row number 2 now. Stovall looking for that Freedom Bank green flag as he makes his way through the Ozark 5 restart zone. Here we go. Basically the same result as last time. Kitten Allen wants to make it 3 wide as we make it for second spot. Nathan Hager holding on to that second spot for the moment. Jesse Stovall, your leader. We're just 3 wide all over the track. There are 3 wide for 5th. Stovall, Hager, and Kitten Allen, your top 3 here. Jesse Stovall out front of this thing by 0.4 of a second over the 55 of Hager. Hager right there on his back bumper. Kitten Allen in that number 98 machine. Hager falls back just a little bit. Allen able to close that gap here. Jesse Stovall in that 0-0 out front of this thing by 0.8 of a second. Nathan Hager in that second spot. Kitten Allen rounding out your top three. Scheffler and Civilis. Scott Kelly in the number 47 machine bringing out a second caution. Jesse Stovall out front of this thing here. 5 laps in the books, 3 to go. Scott Kelly going to have to take it to the back 2-spin rule. We'll see him in the feature there. Jesse Stovall looking good so far. We'll see if he runs with the Heartland Series when we host them for the Larry Phillips Memorial here in August. Oh, about 1 more month away. Going to be a good one. Stovall creeps him around a 3 and 4 again, looking for that Ozark Fiber restart zone. Hager tries to get a nose in down the bottom side. Hager with a good run down the bottom. 0-0. Jesse Stovall out to the lead here. Watch out the 98 machine. Trying to take a peek at the bottom side. Kitten Allen trying to take that second spot away. Jesse Stovall out front of this thing by 9/10 of a second. Almost a whole second over that 155 car. Just past your halfway point here. Jesse Stovall leading every lap so far. Nathan Hager in the 55 machine, currently sitting in second. Kitten Allen in third. Greg Scheffler, Jason Civilis. Rounding out your top 5. Jesse Stovall running his fastest lap. He is this close to getting into the 17s, running at 18.112 that last time by. We'll see what he's got for us this time as he takes the white flag here in the USRA Modified Heat Race number 2. Oh, so close. 18.087 out of Jesse Stovall. Let's see if he finishes strong or cruises it in. Stovall leading by 2 seconds over the 55 of Nathan Hager. Let's see what his lap time is this time. Just a touch slower. Jesse Stovall in the 0-0 taking the win there. The 55 machine of Nathan Hager coming in second, running a faster best lap than Jesse Stovall, running at 18.046. Jesse running at 18.087. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for your INX Legends Heat Race number 1. 2 heat races there in your Legends class. Going to be 6 laps the distance here in your heat race number 1 from your INX Legends. Starting on the pole out of Houston, Missouri is going to be the number 18 machine of Joe Crum on his outside. Last week's winner of the 01, Chance Gilbert. Coming all the way from Galena, Kansas. Inside row number 2, Evan Pyle in the 72 machine out of Wheaton, Missouri on his outside. Mr. Zerny Vess in the 85 coming from Nixa, Missouri. Inside row number 3 is going to be Kenny Foster in that 55 machine from Spokane, Missouri. And on his outside, Kaylee Smith in the 83. Lights are out. We're ready to get it on. Again, 6 laps, your distance here. Green flag. Here we go. 3 wide for that second spot as they make their way down the front stretch here. We are green flag racing in your INX Legends Heat Race number 1. Chance Gilbert picking up where he left off last time in the 01 machine. He is your leader. Chance Gilbert out front of this thing in the 85 is Ernie Vest in that second spot. Kenny Foster has made his way up to that 3rd position. And Evan Pyle looking to take it away from him there in that 4th spot. Pyle on the bottom side. Foster on the top side in that number 55. Pyle gets into the marbles. Joplin lock and key caution coming out here. 72 machine of Evan Pyle spinning between turn 3 and 4 there. Lineup is right. Chance Gilbert looking for that Ozark 5 restart zone. Green flag. Here we go. Chance Gilbert, your leader here. 55 of Kenny Foster in that 2nd spot now. Ernie Vest falls back to that 3rd spot. Was a good start for the 72 machine of Evan Pyle. He is quickly falling back. 18 of Joe Crum right behind him. Chance Gilbert out front of this thing here. Halfway through your INX Legends Heat Race number 1, Kenny Foster in that 2nd spot. Ernie Vest. Well, what happened to Ernie? He's behind a power pole. Caution flag coming out here. Caution coming out here on lap number 4. Ernie Vest spinning there between 1 and 2. Lights are out, ready to get it on. Chance Gilbert, your leader. Foster and Evan Pyle making his way back up to that 3rd spot. Green flag, here we go. Chance Gilbert brings him down the backstretch. Evan Pyle getting a little wild as he exits turn number 2 there. Chance Gilbert in the 01 machine running his fastest lap that last time by, running a 20.774. Kenny Foster in that 2nd spot. Evan Pyle in 3rd. Ernie Vest and Joe Crum running out your top 5. White flag coming out for your leader here, the 01 at Chance Gilbert. Gilbert, Foster, Pyle, your top 3. Ernie Vest and Joe Crum running out your top 5. Chance Gilbert running a perfect race as he makes his way off of turn number 4 right now. Checkered flag for the 01. A Chance Gilbert taking home the win. Chance Gilbert taking the win there. Kenny Foster coming in 2nd. Evan Pyle rounding out your top 3. Ernie Vest and Joe Crum rounding out your top 5. Miss Kaylee Smith bringing up the rear of the field. We've got one more INX Legends Heat Race coming up. After that, I'd like you to meet the 87 Motorsports team. They've got some giveaways as we put online there. They've got some hero cards for the kids, and they've got some kids' shirts to give away while supplies last. So they will be underneath the flag stand as soon as we go to intermission.
Drivers, let's get it stacked up, stacked up.
Heat race number 2.
6 laps. Heat race systems, drivers.
Starting on the pole is going to be the 00. A Smoke Metcalf coming all the way from Gentry, Arkansas in the 00. On his outside is going to be Mike Gilbert in that number 31 coming from Galena, Kansas. Inside to row number 2 is going to be Phil Berkebile Jr. in the number 57 machine. I don't see a junior on here, so I'm assuming it is still him. Dave Smith in the 38 machine. He's going to be on his outside all the way from Rogers, Arkansas. Inside a row, number 3 is going to be number 1 machine of Tanner Foster out of Spokane, Missouri. And on his outside, Mr. Michael Seitz in the 11 from Monett, Missouri. I get the wife and children of the 87 machine. We appreciate them and their support every week here at Monett Motor Speedway, and they just want to give back a little bit to the kids. Of course, the kids are the future of racing here at Monett Motor Speedway, and we appreciate all of you. Smoke Metcalf, your leader. Smoke Metcalf was your pole sitter, but out front's the 31 of Mike Gilbert. Phil Berkebile already to the bottom side. He's looking to take away that second spot away from the 1 machine of Tanner Foster. Coming around lead lap number 1. It's going to be the 31 machine of Mike Gilbert. Mike Gilbert, your leader there on lap number 1. Tanner Foster in that second spot. Phil Berkebile Jr. rounding out your top 3. Foster all over the back seat. Berkebile in that second spot. Mike Gilbert out front of this thing, 0.4 of a second over the 57 of Phil Berkebile Jr. Good run for Berkebile. He's going to make his way down the backstretch. Going to try to run that top to middle side. Dives her down to the bottom. Looking for a good run. Coming through 1 and 2. Foster may take away that second spot as a result of it. Mike Gilbert, your leader here, just past your halfway point. Going to be a 3-car battle for the lead here. Mike Gilbert still your leader. 2 to go that last time by. Mike Gilbert out front of this thing. Tanner Foster taking over that second spot. He'll look to the top side. Foster looking for the lead here on the white flag lap. Mike Gilbert still your leader. Phil Berkebile Jr. falls back to that 3rd spot. Down the back stretch they go. Mike Gilbert. And it is. It's going to be Mike Gilbert taking home the win. Tanner Foster coming in that second spot. Phil Berkebile Jr. coming in 3rd. Michael Seitz rounding out your top 4. Dave Smith rounding out the top 5. All right, looks like we got... Stop it. Looks like we got gonna run a couple laps here. All right, that'll bring us to our intermission. All right, if you've got kids or you are kids, stop. Go down and visit my friends, Team 87 Motorsports. They're giving away hero cards and kids' shirts while they last. Now's the time. We're going to have a quick intermission, get you a cheeseburger, hamburger, hot dog, stretch your legs, use the restroom. We'll be back. Thank you, sir. All right, Andy Oss starting from that 4th spot. Dan Culp in 3rd in the number 45 machine. Kason Harris starting outside of row number 1 and starting on the pole. Number 66 machine of Ryan Gilmore. Ladies and gentlemen, your Davis & Sons USRAB Modified A feature. Let's get ready to rumble! Ryan Gilmore and Kason Harris head off into turns number 1 and 2. Watch out, Culp right there on the bottom side. Culp and Harris going to battle out for that 2nd spot. Meanwhile, Ryan Gilmore out front all by his lonesome. Kason Harris in that 2nd spot. Andy Oss up to 3rd. Dan Culp falls back to 4th. Big battle for that 5th spot right there. Going to be a 3-car battle for 4th. Ryan Gilmore, your leader here. Half a straightaway lead already over that 00 of Kason Harris. Maybe problems on the 22 machine. He's way high. That will most likely bring out the caution here in our Davis & Sons USRAB Modified A feature. Bad problems on that 22 machine of Andy Oss, unfortunately. Oss takes her off the track. 3 laps in the books of 15 here. Ryan Gilmore, your leader. Kason Harris and Dan Culp, 2 and 3 there. Hoyt Miller, Matthew Maness, gonna battle for that 4th position. Lights are out, we're ready to get it on again here. Green flag, here we go. Ryan Gilmore working that high side all by his lonesome out there here. And your Davis & Sons USRAB Modified A feature side by side. We got Dan Culp and Kason Harris. Kason Harris on that top side, Culp on the bottom side. No advantage yet. Kason Harris holding on to that 2nd spot so far. Ryan Gilmore, Kason Harris, Dan Culp, that's your top 3. Hoyt Miller jumps up to that 4th spot. Matthew Maness in 5th. Brett Testerman in that 52 machine just outside of your top 5 here. Kason Harris half a straightaway back from that number 66 machine over Ryan Gilmore. So dominant. No matter where he goes. I believe he's been here once and he won that. We're happy to have him here back. Well, I'm happy to have him here back. I don't know if Kason Harris is happy. Six laps in the books here of your Davis & Sons USRAB Modified A feature. Again, Ryan Gilmore still your leader. Kason Harris leading Dan Culp for that 2nd and 3rd spot. Hoyt Miller doing his best to reel him in. Matthew Maness. Flagman Chip Abramowitz gives the signal for halfway through your Davis & Sons USRAB Modified A feature. For some reason, Ryan Gilmore's not picking up on our My Race Pass, so I can't give you any lead numbers here, but it's a straightaway. Straightaway lead over that 00 of Kason Harris. Dan Culp in that 3rd spot, still Hoyt Miller, Matthew Maness. Going back, Brett Testerman in that 6th spot. Patrick Lewis, 7th. Kelly Chick Hicks in 8th. Frank Forrest, 7th. In 9th. And Philip Jackson in 10th. Ryan Gilmore going to start running into lap traffic here. As he works a lap number 11 here. 11 laps in the books. Coming to lap number 12, the 2:16 machine. Philip Jackson going to become a lap down here. Gilmore looking on the bottom side of Phillips. He'll complete the pass. You can see the difference in speed there. Wow. Kason Harris starting to get away from Dan Culp just a little bit there. 6/10 of a second, the distance between them. Your 4th and 5th machines, Hoyt Miller and Matthew Manis, remains. Starting to have a pretty good battle there, but there's not for much longer as the white flag is waved over your leader, Ryan Gilmore, in the 6-6 machine. Looking to put Kelly Chick Hicks a lap down as it makes its way through 3 and 4. Comes off that top side, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan Gilmore, your winner. Ryan Gilmore, your winner here on Show Me Dirt here at Monett Motor Speedway. One more victory lap there for Ryan Gilmore. Ryan Gilmore taking home the win there in your Davidson Sons USRA B Modified. 2nd place goes to Kason Harris. Dan Culp in the 3rd spot. Matthew Maines and Hoyt Miller had a good battle there towards the end. Maines coming in 4th. Hoyt Miller rounding out your top 5. Excellent racing from your Davidson Sons at USRA B Modified A feature. Like 45 of Tyler Dawson leads them into 1 and 2. We're already bumping and banging. Watch out. Everybody gets straightened back out. Big battle for that 2nd spot. It's going to be Daryl Riddick and the 930 at James DeWitt side by side. The probe on the top side. They get together. Contact between the 29 and the 930 here on lap number 1. Meanwhile, out front, it's the 45 of Tyler Dawson. Dawson, DeWitt, and Riddick, your top 3. Riddick starts to fall back just a little bit here. In the rear there, Michael Gillis, Zachary Riddick, and Brandon Bishop. All running together there. They're going to train around that 29 machine here. 3J not wanting to play the rules. He wants to go 3 wide. Watch out front. James DeWitt on that top side looking to get around the 45 machine of Tyler Dawson. DeWitt, your current points leader in that 930 machine. Tyler Dawson holding on for now on that bottom side. Tyler Dawson out front by 1/10 of a second that last time by. James DeWitt in that 2nd spot. Zachary Riddick, Brandon Bishop, and Michael Gillis, your top 3. Josh Sharpley spinning there in turns 1 and 2. That'll bring out the caution. Feature 3 laps in the books of 12. .45 of Tyler Dawson, your current leader right now. James DeWitt going to have to battle with Zach Riddick in that row number 2 there. Row number 3 is going to bring you Brandon Bishop and Michael Gillis. 29, Daryl Riddick's going to take her off the track now. Again, caution coming out for that 85. Josh Sharpley, we're in the Freedom Bank green flag. Tyler Dawson holding on to that lead out front. James DeWitt, Zachary Riddick. Going to be a good battle. James DeWitt out front of Riddick. 3J and Brandon Bishop right there too. Well, he's way high. He'll bounce it off. That's going to leave a mark. Big problems out of the 32 machine. We'll see if he can hold on. Tyler Dawson out front. James DeWitt, Michael Gillis, 2 and 3. The smoke out of the 32 machine getting worse and worse. He'll go ahead and call it quits. Same with the 3J. Tyler Dawson out front of this thing. We are coming to halfway. Tyler Dawson, the number 45 machine, your leader halfway. We are side by side for that second spot. James DeWitt on the top side in the white machine. Michael Gillis on the bottom side in the black Crown Vic. Good racing so far from your top 3 here. Gillis trying to run them just a little bit high, pressuring them into going behind. DeWitt not going anywhere, still at his back door there. What? Michael Gillis going to win that battle so far. We are 8 laps in the books here, 3/4 of the way through your Bomber A feature. James DeWitt crashes. I don't know if he was trying to go off the track, but he backs her back up. And that will bring out the caution here. Now he does go off the track there. All right. With only 3 cars left in our Bomber A feature, we were 8 laps of 12. We're going to go green, white, checker to finish it off. Tyler Dawson, number 45 machine, your current leader. Michael Gillis in that second spot. Josh Sharpley still 1 lap down. He'll probably finish in that 3rd spot. Green flag, here we go. Michael Gillis tiptoeing it around 3 and 4, tries to gain some traction here, trying to catch that 45 machine of Tyler Dawson. White flag coming out for your leader, the number 45 here. Seven-tenths of a second the distance between Gillis and Dawson. Coming off of turn number 4, going to get his first win here of the 2024 season. Buys a car at 230, comes in and wins here at Monett Motor Speedway. 45. Tyler Dawson taking the win there. Michael Gillis coming in that second spot. And Josh Sharpley, local photographer, getting the win. Just kidding. Getting third place, top 3. That's good enough for me. Here we go. Landon McLaughlin, Dale Center side by side. We're going to try to make it 3 wide right off the bat. McKinney on the bottom side. McLaughlin in the middle. Centers on the top side. Centers gets past the 17 machine. McKinney looks to the inside of McLaughlin as they go through 3 and 4. Centers your leader here on lap number 1. We're bouncing and banging. Dale Centers out front of this deal, 0.578 seconds. Side by side for that second spot. Dylan Bowen looking to get in the mix here. Hard to pass 2 cars at once, let alone 1. McKinney with the advantage. He'll take that second spot there. McLaughlin moves back to third. Bowman in that 4th spot. Bowman on the bottom side of both of them. Dell Centers out front by 1.184 that last time by. Grayson McKinney, your lone second place. We're almost 3 wide for second, ladies and gentlemen. Landon McLaughlin still holding on to that 3rd spot. Dylan Bowman on his inside. Sean Coates, once again, another good view, looking out front of some good racing here. Oh, Bowman looking good in that number 69 machine. He'll just about pass the number 17. McLaughlin with the advantage on that outside. Dale Centers, Grayson McKinney, Landon McLaughlin, your top 3. Bowman can stay in front of them on the straights. Just loses them in the corner. That top side advantage really working for that number 17 machine of Landon McLaughlin. Bowman currently in that 4th spot, trying to work on that 3rd place car of Landon McLaughlin, the 17. Going back, Sean Coates, Lenny Coates, 5 and 6. James Adams up to that 7th spot. Brad House falls back to 8th. They correct. That's going to bring out the caution here. 00 machine of James Adams gets a little loose in front of the 72. 72 has nowhere to go. Gives himself a little bit of a hair lip there. That will bring out the first Joplin lock and key caution here. Great racing from your top 4. Dale Centers was leading by 1.374 seconds that last time by. We're 6 laps in the books of 15. Grayson McKinney in that 2nd spot. Landon McLaughlin 3rd. Dylan Bowman and Landon McLaughlin having a good, clean, fun race there for that 3rd spot. With the caution, Grayson McKinney and Landon McLaughlin going to be new. Going to renew that battle there. Again, we're 6 laps in the books, 9 to go here in your Pure Stock A feature. Dale Centers out front. Grayson McKinney, Landon McLaughlin, your top 3. Dylan Bowman, Sean Coates, top 5. McLaughlin on the inside. McKinney on the outside. Centers brings around looking for that Ozark fiber. Restart zone. Green flag. Here we go. We're all over the place. We're bumping and banging, getting pushed. Oh, we're spinning out front. Look at that go. Couple of your top 3 cars go to the back. Landon McLaughlin, no doubt, looking for the caution flag, but we've finished the race. He will not get his spot back, to my knowledge. I should also not speak on what I do not know. Hate to see a good race go that way. Lights are out. We're going green flag racing. Green flag. Here we go. Good restart for the 05. McKinney got a good early restart, it seemed like. We'll have to go back to the tape on that one, but it doesn't matter. The 25, Odell Centers out front. Centers, McKinney, Bowman, your top 3. Lenny Coates looking to get in the top 3 here. He's on the bottom side. We knew this was going to be a good one, and it sure is. Dell Centers out front, McKinney in that second spot. Dylan Bowman, your top 3. Nine laps in the books here. 3/5 of the way through your Pure Stock A feature. Dale Centers, your leader here. Half a second lead over the 05 of Grayson McKinney. McKinney doing his best to reel him in as they go down the backstretch. He's got 5 laps to make it happen. McKinney right there. Centers still got this thing out front. 4/10 of a second to lead that time by. Grayson McKinney going to take a look to the inside. Centers, McKinney, Bowman, Coates, and Ost. Your top 5 right now. McKinney dives her down to the bottom side of Centers. They're going to be nose and nose as they come out of turn number 2. Centers with the advantage on that top side. Grayson McKinney going to do all that he can. Going to throw everything but the kitchen sink at him. Centers still out front. Grayson McKinney 6/10 of a second back that last time by. Sean Coates working on that 72 machine. Meanwhile, we're white flag out front. Problems on the 25 machine. Not sure what happened. Green flag, here we go. Grace McKinney sends her off down the backstretch here. Dylan Bowman fell back on that restart. Grace McKinney with a great restart. Bowman going to do all that he can, working that top side. He's way high. White flag coming out for your leader right now. Grayson McKinney going to get a win here. Dylan Bowman and Lenny Coates doing their best. Lenny Coates gets a little wild. Coming around to the checkered flag, it's going to be the 05 of Grayson McKinney. Grayson McKinney hanging on to get the win here. Good racing from our Pure Stock A feature once again. 05 of Grayson McKinney taking home the win. 69 of Dylan Bowman coming in that second spot. 134 of Lenny Coates coming in third. Brad Oss finishing fourth. And Sean Coates in that new 34 machine rounding out your top five. It's time for your Napa Auto Parts Midwest Modified A feature. Starting on the pole is going to be Kyle Thompson, the 292. Brother Garrett Thompson on his outside, the 929. Dustin Dennison in the 5D. Sundance Keeper on his outside. Tommy Steele, Dean Bell, John Dame, Steve Muhlenberg. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get it on! Pair Thompsons heading down the backstretch. Dean Dennison right there with him. Dennison looking to the inside of the 929 and Garrett Thompson, meanwhile, out front. Going to be the 292. Kyle Thompson going to lead lap number one. Garrett Thompson, Dean Dennison, top three. Watch out, we're three wide for the lead going down the backstretch. This is awesome, ladies and gentlemen. Kyle Thompson, still your leader at the point there. A lot of moving in the back. We are swinging, we are sliding. We're staying green. Flag racing. Kyle Thompson still your leader. Dustin Dennison still that second spot. He's looking for the lead, trying to make it two in a row. Kyle Thompson on the top side. Dustin Dennison on the bottom side. Garrett Thompson working third. Sundance Keeper and Steve Muhlenberg, your top five. If those guys can make it up there, this is going to get very, very interesting. Even more interesting than it already is. We're even three wide for six back there. This is awesome. 292 of Kyle Thompson out front by 4/10 of a second. That last time by Dustin Dennison. It's got Garrett Thompson looking to his outside there. That's going to be for that second spot. Sundance Keeper another 4/10 back. Steve Muhlenberg falling back from that lead pack just a little bit. Meanwhile, out front's the 292 of Kyle Thompson. Kyle Thompson's going to lead lap number 5. We're already a third through this Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified A feature. Kyle Thompson leading sun up to sundown so far. Caution coming out here for the number 27 machine of John Dame there. My goodness, what a good race so far. A lot of movement here. Kyle Thompson, your current leader. Dustin Dennison, Garrett Thompson, your top three. Sundance Keeper, Steve Muhlenberg, your top five. So far, Steve Muhlenberg and Pete Richardson, your big movers. Both gaining 3 positions there. Dean Bell. Hard luck award so far in that 30B machine, losing 4 spots. Now currently sitting in 10th. We're going to get these guys all lined out.
42, stop right there.
Kyle Thompson running your fastest lap so far, running a 19.6. Dustin Dennison right behind him with a 19.7, just 1/10 slower. Sundance Keeper running a 19.815. Thompson an 827. Steve Muhlenberg just barely breaking into that 19-second range. Your top five, the only ones. Top five, your only ones to break into that 19 seconds. Mere 4/10 of a second separating your fastest laps and your top five. Dustin Dennison elected to go to that bottom side. That'll put Garrett Thompson on his outside. Sundance Keeper on the inside. Steve Muhlenberg outside of row number 3. Kyle Thompson out front. 5 laps in the books, 10 to go. Looking for that Ozark Fire restart zone as they make their way through 3 and 4. Green flag, here we go. We're bumping and banging. Sundance Keeper right there. Watch out, they're wanting to run over the 33 machine. Kyle Thompson out front. Dustin Dennison holding on to that second spot right now. 9:29 to Garrett Thompson. Trying to work around him on that top side. Still look just a little bit loose. This has made its way through 1 and 2. He'll stay in that 7th spot. Kyle Thompson running a 19.722 that last time by. He's out front by 4/10 of a second over the 5D of Dustin Dennison. Everybody starting to single file out a little bit now. 9:29 to Garrett Thompson on that 3rd spot. Sundance Keeper and Steve Muhlenberg rounding out your top 5. We're halfway through your Napa Parts Power I Midwest Modified A feature. Thompson, Dennison, Thompson. Really Kyle Thompson, the 292. And Dustin Dennison running away with it just a little bit, breaking away from the rest of the field there. Garrett Thompson leading that 2nd crew. Sundance Keeper trying to rail him in as he looks to the bottom side. Steve Muhlenberg running that very low bottom side, catfishing if you will. Pete Richardson just outside the top 5. He's going to run that top. Kyle Thompson still out front, just 4/10 of a second between the 292 and the 5D of Dustin Dennison. Dean Bell running way high. Let's see if he hits the wall. Nope, just perfect. Just trying to find some speed, maybe. 292, Kyle Thompson still out front here. Dustin Dennison trying to work that bottom. We got a spin there in the rear. Oh, what a hit. What a hit in the rear. Caution flag coming out here, lap number 12 of 15. What a race from your top 5 right now. Kyle Thompson in the 292, your current leader, 5D of Dustin Dennison. Giving him all that he can handle. Garrett Thompson, Sundance Keeper, and Steve Muhlenberg rounding out your top 5. Pete Richardson just outside the top 5 there in that 6th spot. Tommy Steele running his fastest lap that last time by, running a 20.085 from that 7th spot. Hunter Stuesman in that 668, currently sitting in 8th. Doug Testerman ever able to get it back going again. Caution coming out here again on lap number 12 is the 02 of Eli Ellis. And a 5:07 of Doug Testerman get together between turns 3 and 4. Lights are out, ready to get it on. Kyle Thompson, Dustin Dennison, single file restart. Here we go. Green flag, here we go. Kyle Thompson sends him through the back there. Dustin Dennison gonna be looking at the white flag this time by. Kyle Thompson, 6/10 of a second lead, gonna be looking for the checkered flag. Thompson brings it off of turn number 4, and we got a win. Kyle Thompson taking the excellent win there, dominant win. Dustin Dennison coming in that second spot. Garrett Thompson finishing third. Sundance Keeper is your 4th place finisher. Steve Muhlenberg rounding out your top 5. Pete Richardson just outside your top 5. Tommy Still finishing 7th. Hunter Stutzman, Michael Gillis, and Darren Burt rounding out your top 5. Ladies and gentlemen, 292 of Kyle Thompson taking the win here in your Napa Auto Parts Power Eye Midwest Modified A feature. Starting on the pole is going to be Tyler Grooms on the 92 machine on his outside. The 00 of Jesse Stovall. Inside row number 2, Mickey Burrow on the 73 on his outside. Kitten Allen in the 98. Inside row number 3, the number 55 of Nathan Hager on his outside. Weston Holman in that 34 machine. Greg Scheffler going to start the 21 from the 7 spot on his outside. The 24-7 of Jarrett Dotson. Inside row number 5, Tracy Cottrell on the number 18 on his outside. Jason Civils in the 03. Dwayne Hobbs, Troy Martin going to start 11 and 12. Danny Miller and Scott Kelly in the rear. Wheel to wheel, door to door. Here they come through 3 and 4. Let's get it on! A million of horsepower sent off in us. Not really a million, I'm sorry. I was just trying to be dramatic. Look out front. Jesse Stovall battling with Tyler Grooms. Coming around the lead lap number 1 is going to be the 00, Jesse Stovall. Stovall out front by 2/10 of a second. Over the 92 of Tyler Grooms, Kitten Allen, that 3rd spot, Nathan Hager. Mickey Burrow rounding out your top 5. Watch out, Nathan Hager way up high. He'll bring her back down onto the track. Try to take back his 4th spot. My goodness. He just ships her off down the front stretch. 03 machine, he'll take her off to the inside. Meanwhile, out front, the 00 of Jesse Stovall here. That's a heck of a reward for the excellent track work that you've done so far tonight, my friend. You go out there, you lead, sir. Tyler Grooms in that 2nd spot, 5/10 behind him. Kitten Allen, Nathan Hager's back up to that 4th spot, and Mickey Burrell in the top 5. Caution coming out here, unfortunately. 55 of Danny Miller going to bring out the caution here on lap number 3. Caution flag being brought to you by Joplin Lock and Key. Servicing Joplin for 20 years. Getting caution coming out here on lap number 3. It's going to be the 55M of Danny Miller. Double zero of Jesse Stovall, your current leader. Tyler Grooms and Kitten Allen, row number 2. All lights are out, ready to get it on. Jesse Stovall brings them around. Green flag, here we go. Stovall, your leader on that high side. Tyler Grooms in the 92, gonna lead the second group. Correction, Kitten Allen now moves up to that second spot. Kitten Allen doing all that he can to chase down that double zero. Good racing from our USA A Modifieds right now. Mickey Burrow running that very, very high side. Stovall, your leader by 0.6 of a second. Kitten Allen in that second spot. Tyler Grooms, Nathan Hager, and Mickey Burrow. Hager working the bottom side. He's going to try to take that third spot away from Tyler Grooms as he works his way down the backstretch. Mickey Burrow way high. He'll stay off the wall. He'll lose a spot for it. He'll lose 2 spots for it, rather. Scheffler and Dotson move up. Jesse Stovall out front by 1.434 seconds over the 98 at Kitten Allen. Allen in that second spot, Hager in third. Tyler Grooms and Scheffler rounding out your top 5. This track looks absolutely perfect as they make their way around it. Stovall been working his tail off. We got the Heartland Modified Series coming out. They'll be here middle of August. We just want the best racing surface we can for those guys here. As we got the double zero. Jesse Stovall still your leader. We got a caution. We should have a caution. Caution coming out here. The 47, I believe, of Scott Kelly spinning. Jesse Stovall, your leader here. 9 laps in the books of 20 here, just to the halfway point, just about. Jesse Stovall gets them started off of turn number 4. What a run. Hager up to that second spot. Jesse shot out of a cannon. Hager going to be your new second place car. Jesse Stovall, Nathan Hager, Kitten Allen, your top 3. Tyler Grooms looking to get back into that top 3 as he looks to the inside of the 98 of Kitten Allen. Weston Holman getting around Jared Dotson there on lap number 11. Jesse Stovall out front by 0.6 of a second. I'm not going to say the full number. Nathan Hager in that second spot. Kitten Allen, Tyler Grooms, Greg Scheffler your top three. And Nathan Hager spins in front of the field. That will bring out the caution here on lap number 12. Tough break for your second place car. Tough break for the 55, was running second. Just 7/10 of a second behind the leader, Jesse Stovall there. Lights are out, ready to get it on one more time. 12 at 20. Jesse Stovall sends it off at turn number 2. Kid Allen back to being the biggest challenger here. Woo, Mickey Burrell way close up to that front wall. Oh, we got a spin again. Everybody able to get around him safely there in turn number 2. Caution being brought out by the 24/7 at Jarrett Dotson. Jesse Stovall, your leader. Kitten Allen, Tyler Grooms. Lights are out. Green flag, here we go. A lot of sparks going down the front stretch. That was kind of awesome. We all like fireworks, right? 00 Jesse Stovall on that top side. Everybody floating up just a little bit, looking at that higher line. 98 at Kitten Allen, that second spot, Tyler Grooms. Mickey Burrow gets around Scheffler. Scheffler falls back to that fifth spot. Burrow up to 4th. And he is on a tear as he catches up to Tyler Grooms very fast. He's in that top side. Oh, we got one over. We got one flipping in turn number 3 and 4. He lands on all 4s. And he drives it off. You believe that, Tombo? My goodness. Caution coming out for the 18 machine there. Tracy Cottrell flipping it about 2 or 3 times. Driver must be okay because it looks like they're assessing damage, see if he can keep running. We are 15 laps in the books here in your USRA A-Modified, and it has been a banger so far. Jesse Stovall out front. Kitten Allen, his next opponent. Tyler Grooms on the 92 machine. He's in 3rd. Mickey Burrell jumps up to that 4th spot. Nathan Hager in 5th.
Roll the high side, drivers. Roll the high side. Roll the high side. Guys, is he looking to continue?
We live to race another day. He's got another. He got a little bit of an aero advantage now. That might be. May have to send him to the back.
All right, drivers, I need your single file sign.
You're right. One more big round of applause for the 18 to Tracy Cottrell. I remember talking to him before the race. This is his first race in quite a while in a modified. 98 machine of Kitten Allen looking to go to the bottom side. That'll put Tyler Grooms on his outside. Mickey Burrell on the inside of row number 3. Nathan Hager on his outside. Scheffler and Holman, row number 4. We'll give it one more time around. Again, we are 15 in, 5 to go.
All right, drivers, we're going to go green next time by. 00.
Flagman Chip out of Monett gives the signal. Going green next time by. Lights are out. We're ready to get it on. We'll see if we can't get this deal finished up here. Remember, fans, after the races, come out to the front stretch where you can take pictures of your favorite cars. All the winners will be out front. That's my favorite part of the night. Going out to the front stretch, take pictures with all the winners. Let's see who's going to be the winner of this one here as we come to the closing laps. 5 to go in your USRA A-Modified A feature. Jesse Stovall sends them off down the front stretch. Stovall, your leader, going down the backside. We're 3 wide for that second spot. The 98 of Kitten Allen comes out smelling like a rose. Watch out, the 92 Grooms way high. Hager gets around him. Hager, your new third place machine. Tyler Grooms in 4th. Mickey Burrell in 5th. Four to go that last time by. Jesse leading by 0.8 of a second over the 98 of Kitten Allen. 3 to go. 92 Grooms and Hager fighting for that third spot. Kitten Allen really close to the 00. Going to be 2 to go this time by. $17 down of 20. We got 3 to go. Going green this time by. Going to be a single file restart. Stovall, Allen, Grooms, your top 3. Let's get it on. Hager tried to go to the outside of the 92 Grooms. Now he's down to the bottom side. A little bumping and banging going on from your top 3 there.
Still 2 to go.
Jesse Stovall sends her down the backstretch. Allen gonna throw the kitchen sink at it. Who's it gonna be as they come to the line? Jesse Stovall taking the win. What a taste of what we're gonna in August. That was an awesome show. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would stand and give these guys a round of applause as they make their way down the front stretch. That was an awesome race. Jesse Stovall taking home the win. Kitten Allen coming in that second spot. Tyler Grooms finishing 3rd. Nathan Hager 4th. And Mickey Burrell rounding out your top 5. Heck of a show from our USRA A-Modified A feature.
decisions are made.
Gilbert ready to get it on. Green flag, here we go. Chance Gilbert, your leader, going down the back stretch, and there's about 17 of them ready to get it on right behind him. Looks to be Kenny Foster, maybe. Kenny Foster in that second spot, Tanner Foster in third. Mike Gilbert falls back to fourth. Phil Berkey-Bile Jr. rounding out your top five. What a good race we got going on here. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere just yet. Chance Gilbert out front by 0.8 of a second that last time by. We're spinning. There's a parking lot between 3 and 4. 4 vehicles involved. Mike Gilbert, Phil Berkey-Bile Jr., Evan Powell, and Michael Seitz, I believe. Caution coming out here on lap number 1 of your INX Legends. Chance Gilbert, your leader. Looking for that Ozark fiber restart zone here. Coming out of turn number 4. Green flag, here we go. Phil Berkey-Bile Jr. means business. He is right back into the swing of things here. Position number 6, rather. Chance Gilbert still out front. Kenny Foster in that second spot pile. Whoa, Foster gets a little bit wild. Chance Gilbert still out front. Evan Powell in that second spot. Tanner Foster, Phil Berkey-Bile Jr., and Kenny Foster, your top 5 right now. Whoa, watch out. It must be slick as snot down there. 72 a pile.
Drivers.
72 of Evan Powell running second at the time of the accident. You're going to hang back and wait for the rest of the field to go by. Chance Gilbert, your leader here. Tanner Foster, Phil Berkey-Bile Jr., Kenny Foster, and Dave Smith, your top 5. Looks to be problems on the 72 machine. All right, lights are out. We're going to go green next time by. Green flag, here we go. Chance Gilbert out front of this thing. Tanner Foster in that second spot. Phil Berkey-Bile Jr. in third. Side by side for the lead. Tanner Foster on the bottom side. Chance Gilbert on the top. Tanner Foster, your new leader, going down the backstretch. Phil Berkey-Bile Jr. in that third spot. Kenny Foster in fourth. Two-tenths of a second to lead that last time by Chance Gilbert behind Tanner Foster. Chance Gilbert trying to reel him in here on lap number 5. Going to be halfway through. Halfway through your INX Legends A feature. Tanner Foster starting to extend the lead here just a little bit. Phil Berkey-Bile Jr. moves up. Top 3 start to get a little closer. Chance Gilbert got Tanner Foster reeled in as they go down the backstretch. Chance going to look to the outside. Coming up on lap traffic. 83 machine of Kaylee Smith. Great racing from your top 2. Gilbert going to look back to the inside. Tanner Foster on the outside. Phil Berkey-Bile Jr. going to try to jump up in this mix here. Foster looking back to the bottom side. They make contact. Side by side, here we are. Chance Gilbert being scored with the lead that time by Tanner Foster. Jumps out in front of him here going down the backstretch. Phil Berkey-Bile Jr. right there with him. Coming to 2 to go this time by Tanner Foster, your leader that time. Back and forth they go. Tanner Foster, your leader. Chance Gilbert in that second spot. Phil Berkey-Bile Jr. falls back just a little bit. Equally as good of a race for that 4th spot back there. White flag coming out for your leader here, Tanner Foster. Chance Gilbert swings her off wide. He's going to try to swing it in there. They're almost side by side. Tanner Foster with the lead going down the backstretch. 2 more corners. Chance Gilbert's going to take a look to the inside. Tanner Foster on the outside. Tanner Foster with the win. Another good race from them youngins. Tanner Foster, your winner. Chance Gilbert coming in that second spot. Phil Berkey-Bile Jr. coming in third. Evan Powell fourth. And Kenny Foster rounding out your top 5. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like, stick around. We've got the winners coming down to the front stretch. You can take some pictures with the cars, with the drivers. We appreciate y'all coming out. We will see you next week here at Monett Motor Speedway.